The specter of international justice has loomed over Rodrigo Duterte ever since his brutal war on drugs plunged the Philippines into chaos. The International Criminal Court, or ICC, launched an investigation into allegations of crimes against humanity, sending shockwaves through the halls of power in Manila. Duterte, known for his defiance of international norms, found himself in the crosshairs of a court with a global reach. The ICC's investigation, though now suspended, remains a stark reminder of the potential consequences of unchecked power and the pursuit of justice beyond borders. Duterte's legacy, forever intertwined with the bloodshed of his drug war, will continue to be scrutinized on the world stage. The question remains, will he ever face accountability for the atrocities committed under his watch? The world watches and waits for a resolution to this high-stakes legal battle, a battle that could set a precedent for the prosecution of powerful leaders accused of heinous crimes. The stakes are high, not just for Duterte and the Philippines, but for the very principles of international law and accountability. The International Criminal Court, often referred to as the ICC, is a court of last resort. It steps in when national courts are unwilling or unable to prosecute individuals accused of the gravest crimes that shock the conscience of humanity. These crimes include genocide, crimes against humanity, war crimes, and the crime of aggression. Established by the Rome Statute in 2002, the ICC operates independently of any state and holds individuals, not states, accountable for their actions. Its jurisdiction is triggered under specific circumstances: when a state is unwilling or genuinely unable to prosecute, when the alleged perpetrator is a national of a state party to the Rome Statute, or when the crime was committed on the territory of a state party. The ICC's mandate is to ensure that the most serious crimes do not go unpunished. It serves as a deterrent, a beacon of hope for victims, and a testament to the international community's commitment to justice. Its investigations and prosecutions send a clear message that even those in positions of power are not above the law. Rodrigo Duterte's rise to power in the Philippines was marked by a controversial promise to eradicate drugs by any means necessary. This promise quickly transformed into a bloody crackdown that would become known as the War on Drugs. Under Duterte's watch, the Philippine National Police, or PNP, launched a nationwide campaign targeting suspected drug users and dealers. The methods employed were brutal and indiscriminate. Extrajudicial killings became commonplace, with police conducting raids and gunning down suspects in the streets. Thousands of alleged drug offenders were killed, often without trial or due process. Human rights groups and international observers raised alarm bells, decrying the killings as state-sanctioned murder and a violation of fundamental human rights. The government's official narrative, however, painted a different picture. Duterte and his allies justified the killings as necessary to combat the drug menace, claiming that the suspects had resisted arrest. They dismissed criticisms as interference in the country's internal affairs, and Duterte himself vowed to protect the police from prosecution. Section 4. Crimes against humanity. The sheer scale and systematic nature of the killings in the Philippines under Duterte's drug war drew the attention of the International Criminal Court. The ICC prosecutor, after a preliminary examination, concluded that there was a reasonable basis to believe that crimes against humanity had been committed. The ICC investigation focused on allegations of murder, torture, and other inhumane acts committed as part of the drug war. The prosecutor's office gathered evidence suggesting that these acts were widespread and systematic, constituting an attack against the civilian population. The Philippine government, however, vehemently denied the allegations, claiming that the ICC had no jurisdiction over the country. Duterte withdrew the Philippines from the Rome Statute in 2019, in a move widely seen as an attempt to evade international scrutiny. Despite the withdrawal, the ICC maintained that it retained jurisdiction over crimes committed during the time the Philippines was a state party. Section 5. Stalemate. The ICC's investigation into the Philippines drug war has been in a state of suspension since 2021, when the Philippine government requested a deferral of the investigation. The government argued that it was conducting its own investigations and prosecutions, and that the ICC's involvement was unnecessary. The ICC prosecutor, while acknowledging the Philippine government's efforts, expressed concerns about the pace and effectiveness of these investigations. The prosecutor emphasized the need for concrete and tangible progress in holding perpetrators accountable. As of today, the ICC investigation remains suspended. The situation presents a complex legal and political challenge. The ICC's ability to deliver justice in this case hinges on its ability to navigate the complexities of state cooperation and sovereignty. The world is left to watch and wait, hoping that justice will ultimately prevail.